Hi, this is Rachel coming to you with this week's Sparkle of Shabbat. And this week I wanted to talk a little bit about gefilte fish as we get ready for Passover. And what is gefilte fish? Is it an actual type of fish, like a species, or is it something else? So I was sitting at the dinner table with my son Adam and husband Seth, and Adam said, I didn't realize that gefilte was not an actual fish, that it wasn't like a type of fish. And that made me laugh. And I was like, really? You didn't realize that it's like a mixture of different kinds of fish? And he said, no, I looked it up and because I thought it tasted funny. And it said that it was like a mixture of different kinds of fish. And it really made me laugh because I thought, how did I fail as a Jewish mother that my child thought that gefilte was like a species of fish, like a salmon or a bass or what have you, and that he looked up and realized that it was actually a mixture of different kinds of fish, of ground fish that we eat on Passover and different holidays, and it's formed into these little fish cakes or little fish loaves. And it occurred to me that I always knew that gefilte was a ground up fish because my mom would describe stories of her childhood of growing up when my grandma of blessed memory would buy a whole fish, and the fish, she would bring it home and it would be swimming in the bathtub of my mom's apartment, which I think was pretty horrifying and disgusting to my mom. And my grandma would actually grind the fish up. She had a fish grinder and she would grind it with onions and different seasonings and make gefilte fish. So my mom actually was never a fan of gefilte fish and never decided to really ever eat it. I don't think she's ever tasted it. I really like it, and I think it's kind of something that you sort of have to grow up with to like, because it does seem unusual. But in fact, my son did not realize that it was not a species of fish. I always knew it was ground because I grew up with that story of my mom. And when I was telling the story to my husband and my brother-in-law, they said, I didn't actually realize it wasn't a type of fish, like a species of fish. Like you would be looking in the ocean and you might see these little fish swimming around with yarmulkes and talit on. We're the gefiltes. We're the gefilte fish. But in fact, it is actually a mixture of fish ground up. My understanding is that gefilte means ground in Yiddish, and is a type of fish that we enjoy on Shabbat and on Jewish holidays. So now I'm kind of curious, does everybody out there know that gefilte is a ground up mixture of fish, whitefish and pike and others, or did you actually think it was a species of fish? So that's a thought to ponder as we get ready for Passover. Shabbat Shalom.